Okay, welcome to my pickems for the first week of Stage 1. Today we're just going to do Americas and Pacific because EMEA decided to troll and be a week late. So we'll do EMEA, we'll deal with them when we need to deal with them. But for now, let's do the pickems for the first week here. So I'm here joined with my YouTube and Twitch chat again here in the bottom corner. And we're going to run through some games. So... the first game is Cloud9 versus NRG. We're going to start here with Americas, which does start first. And I already, like, NRG is such an interesting theme, right? Because NRG, there is real potential here for big trolling, I think. Big trolling, I think, is possible from NRG. But I also think that Cloud9, I just don't think they'll be that good. Where am I on NRG? I would say that I'm a 60-40 and they'll be good. I don't think they'll be very good. I think they'll just be good. But I think that's better than Cloud9. So I will go NRG. Loud versus Crew, I think, is incredibly close. On Platchat, this was somehow a guarantee, but I don't think it should be a guarantee. And I was perhaps, I guess, of the people there, the closest to switching. And I did want to switch on Platchat as well. And I think I have changed my mind. I think the Crew improved over Kickoff more than Loud, but I think Loud's baseline is pretty good, and I think I trust that baseline again for Loud to just come out and win. G2 versus Furia. Obviously, we don't need to spend any time on that one. Let's go G2. MIBR versus Lev is such a tough game. I can't even remember what I picked on Pletcher for this. But whatever I said, I didn't have much conviction behind it because I have no idea who will win this game. I mean, who is even the favorite for this game? Man, I don't even know. Aspas drops 70, but Rossi drops 100. I don't trust Lev, though. I feel bad about Lev. I'm going MIBR. A lot of these are close. Like, this is some tough games this week to start off with. 2G versus EG. I'm always picking against 2G. That one's not too big of an issue. That one's fairly simple. Can 2G win a game this season? I mean, if they, to be fair, EG might be their easiest game. But surely there's no, I mean, I can't pick them. They were so bad during kickoff that there's no way. Even though I'm not an EG believer at all. I think EG are pretty bad, but I'll still pick them against 2G. And then Senna 100 Thieves. Kind of the big El Clasico game, you might call it. Of this. I'm going to say... I mean, I just think Senna the better team. Could 100 Thieves come out and beat Sen week 1? I think that my opinion is Zekken is just gonna fry them, to be honest. I just think that that's the way that this game is most likely to go. There is a potential for... I mean, that's the thing. The roles might be a bit strange on 100 Thieves. Is something else that's a bit of a question mark. Like on Icebox and Ascent, does Cryo play Jet? Probably, right? And then on the other maps, Asuna plays Duelist. Probably. I just think that Sen will have a bit more than 100 Thieves. I don't feel good about these picks at all. I feel good about G2 beating Fury, and I feel okay about EG beating 2G. Every other game I feel pretty bad about, to be honest. This is a very close week to start off with here in Americas, but let's send it and say that that's my Americas pick'em. Okay, and then into Pacific. And again, there are some close games. I would say less close than in Americas. This is probably a bit easier. DFM versus Global. I've got some insider knowledge of things that Elevated has been sending me about Global. And all I'll say is I'm picking Global. No, I'm joking. Elevated sent me a picture of a scrim that they lost heavily. And then that they beat T1 heavily in one scrim. So he doesn't know if they'll be awful or if they'll be amazing. But I have to pick Global just because, you know, it's Elevated. We will be watching that game and supporting Global Esports, of course, and praying they win. So I'm going to go with Global. But could DFM win? They did already beat them in kickoff. So yes, possibly they could beat them. Zeta versus T1 is obviously perhaps the easiest game here. We're going to go T1. Could they be partying and maybe slip up to a Zeta division? I mean, if this was Global or DFM, or maybe even Secret, I actually could see it, but I think Zeta are so listless that I don't see it. I don't see it. DRX versus Paper Rex. I went Paper Rex on Plat Chat, and I feel like I have to stand with my conviction. Obviously, DRX are favored for this game. Paper Rex haven't been very good, or certainly weren't during kickoff. Could they just randomly turn up? I could believe it, though, especially considering DRX won't have an idea what they're doing. Right, Paper Rex might really throw some strange things at them. Ascent coming back into the map pool isn't great for them. It's never been an amazing map for Paper Rex. Icebox as well is an okay map for them, I suppose. Ascent, that's the thing. DRX have historically been good on Ascent. Obviously, this roster is a bit different to some of the others, but yeah, the more I talk, the more maybe I convince myself that DRX is the pick. But I'm gonna stick with Paper Rex. I'm gonna stick with it. Abyss is gone, and that's good for DRX. So there you go. Talon versus Team Secret. I'm a Talon believer, to be honest. I know Sideshow has been kind of a Talon doubter and picked Team Secret to win this game. But I'm a Talon believer. I think Talon will be good. I'm going to put my neck on the line. I think Talon will make Masters Toronto. I'm going to go big on Talon. Now, I've pretty much cursed them. But yeah, I'm gonna go big on Talon. I'm gonna say that they make Masters Toronto, which is quite bold, I think. Gen G versus Boom. Easy Gen G. I mean, I say easy Gen G. Boom are actually a decent side, but I do think that Gen G are obviously better than them. And two, I'm pretty high on Gen G as well. Tell you what, I'm going to say that Gen G and Talon both make it to Toronto, which means that one of T1 or DRX misses out. But that's fine. I'm going to go in. Gen G and Talon make Toronto. And then Nongshim versus RRQ. Possibly the hardest game, the most close game of all time, but at least in Pacific, between these teams in kickoff. Yeah, I have no idea. This is an absolute coin flip. I think on Platchat I picked Nongshim, but when I thought about it more, I actually think well, then RRQ have just made a roster move, and I don't appreciate that. I don't like that, so I'm still sticking with Nongshim. But I do have major doubts about Nongshim as well. I just need to see the duelist, like, can they play without Neon? Will they play Waylay, and maybe that'll fix some of the other things? Maybe. I don't know, but let's for now go Nongshim, I suppose, and submit that. I don't feel great about my picks, and normally I feel pretty good about my picks, but not so much this week. Now, I can't do it for China, but I will just quickly tell you what I think. Now, unfortunately, I missed the deadline for this first Nova versus EDG game, which I would have got wrong, because of course I would have gone EDG, and they just lost 2-0. However, if you're wondering how I would have picked the other games, I would go FPX, I would go... Just spite Sideshow, I would go AG over Gilai. We're sticking with Wolves. We would go DRG here. And Sideshow is raiding me just in time. Gilai are terrible, by the way. And Billy will be JGG.